dear pupils. Welcome again in another session. I will take you through healthcare and the environment. And our today's specific competence is all about keeping water and food clean and safe. Remember that last time we already discussed about water, sources of water, and the uses of water. But according to our today's discussion, we're going to discuss about keeping food clean and safe. Starting, you have to know what is food. Those are the area of concentration. You have to know what is food. Apart from knowing what is food, you have to know examples of food, as well as sources of food. So you have to ask yourself, what is food? If someone asks you what is food, you have to tell him or her that food is anything we eat or drink and does not harm us. If you take something as a drink, or you take something as you want to take in, as you want to eat, means that that kind of thing must not bring any negative impact in your health or in your life. So when you say about food, you say that food is anything we eat or drink and it does not harm you. Now, food is anything that we eat or drink and does not harm us. When we're talking about something we eat, include things like ugali, things like cassava, potato, maize, even orange, even mango. Those are some of examples of something which you can even eat. But when we are talking about something which you can drink, we are talking about those kind of things which are in liquid form. Here, we are talking about things like water, it might be juice or milk, sometimes soda, and other kind of things which are in liquid form. Now we have to see those examples of food. Example of food. When we're talking about examples of food, as I said, so here we're talking about rice, we're talking about potato, we're talking about maize, we're talking about eggs, here we're talking about pumpkin, cassava, and other examples of food, like I said, so that even those kind of things we used to drink as in liquid form, water, and juice, as well as milk, and more examples. So these are just examples of food we used to eat or sometimes drink. Someone can ask you, what are the sources of food? If someone asks you what are the sources of food, means that you have to identify those sources or where are we obtaining food. Things which give us food in order for us to survive. So, sources of food. Sources of food. sources of food. We have about 2 main sources of food. The first is known as, we can get food from plants. The first source of food is known as plants. And the second one is known as animals. So, we can obtain food from plants as well as from animals. Now you have to ask yourself, what kind of food are we getting from plants? And what kind of food we get from, or we obtain from animals? So you have to identify things like that. So we have to start with food from plants, or food originated from plants. So examples of food from plants. When we're talking about examples of food from plants, here we refer those kind of food originated from plants. For instance, here we're talking about food like cassava, things like cassava. Another food from plants, we are talking about eggplant. Another kind of food from plants, rice, and most of you used to eat at home. Fish, here we're talking about maize. Also we're talking about pumpkin. Sugarcane, beans, and other food. For instance, here I have some of food which I can even show you as one among the examples of food we have discussed there. Here we have rice, as you can see, and most of you used to eat at home, and most of you used to like this kind of food. And we have another kind of food which is known as beans, as you can see this one. And I know that all of you are familiar with this kind of food. So these are some of food from plants. These are some of food from plants, as I said so. Now, I said even that when mentioning these examples of food from plants, you have to concentrate only on those kind of food we derive or we obtain from plants. Apart from food from plants, now we have to discuss about examples of food we obtain from animals. You have to identify kind of food obtained from animals. So, examples of food obtained from animals. What are examples of food we get from animals? Here we're talking about food like meat. You can even ask yourself, example, for instance, which kind of animal gives us meat? Here we're talking about animals like cow. We get meat from cow, from goat. We can also get meat from the so-called sheep and other animals. Apart from meat, another kind of food we get from animals, we are talking about milk. Remember that I told you, food is anything we eat or drink. Remember that milk is one among of examples of food which is in liquid form. So, where can we get milk, or where can we obtain milk? From cow. So this is one among the big sources of milk. Apart from milk, another food we get from animals, here we're talking about eggs, which most of you used to like this kind of food. And this one we obtain or derived from the so-called hens and ducks. So we obtain eggs from hens and ducks. Apart from eggs, another food we get from animals, we have the so-called honey. This one obtained from bee. Another example here, we're talking about fish. Fish is also part and parcel of kind of food which we obtain or we get from animals. Remember that fish is just an animal as well as we can use as food. Apart from that one, we have the so-called octopus. Octopus. And this is one among the examples of seafood. Apart from octopus, we have the so-called prawns. And so many. So if someone asks you examples of food you get from animals, you have to mention these examples of food and other examples apart from those ones. Hope that you really understand what I was trying to explain. Now, someone might ask you, we as human beings, we depend food from plants and animals, but which one among the two sources, which one is the one which produce or providing a larger portion of food compared to the other one? Remember that we have animal and the plants as our main sources of food. But one among these two, one of it provides the so-called larger amount of food compared to the other one. And that is plants. Most of food we used to take derived from the so-called plants. So if someone asks you anytime, where can we get large amount of food, from which source, it's when I have to mention plants. Something to note is that the larger portion or the larger proportion of food derived from the so-called plants. As I already mentioned, examples of food from plants and other examples, those complete the so-called larger portion of food from plants. Something to keep in mind. That is point of consideration. A larger proportion of food comes from plants. And sometimes someone can ask you that human beings depend food from which sources? That is plants and animal. But the one which provides larger portion of food is what known as plants. Having seen that, I have to give you a few questions so that you can attend them as point of consolidating what you have learned, so that next time we will proceed where we ended. So this is just an exercise. Question number 1. What is food? What is food? Question number 2. Human beings depend on food from dash and dash. So here you have to write those sources in which human being depend food from. Having seen that, thank you for your cooperation and hope that you will join me next time.